quite poor against Austria. They were pretty bad. Why is there no Alan Jaguar? I need to know what's happening to Alan Jaguar. It's keeping us up the line. Austria, Raphael, Holzhauser. Yes, we said at the start, it's obvious that Austria's best player is David Alaba. Here, he's playing for Evan, and he's only second, behind a man called Raphael Jaguar. He's pretty much instantly become your best centre midfielder. What a player. He's played for Real Madrid here, Rangers, Malaga. Had a couple of loans in there, Saudi Arabia, a little bit weird. But he's a deep line playmaker. Absolutely unreal. Unfortunately, he isn't actually in Austria's squad. Another player I've never actually seen play football. He only made his Austria debut last year, and now he's not even in the squad. But according to FM11, he is better than David Alaba. Not quite sure if I believe that one. Holland, Dion Martins. Holland's top 6 players are literally all regions. Not a single genuine player amongst them. We saw them on Sunday night, the stars with Gini Wijnaldum, Memphis Depay, but they're nowhere to be seen here. Can't get a sniff ahead of any of these regions. I mean, at least they didn't see in the actual squad. Gini Wijnaldum is there. They've got Patrick Van Aanholt as well, Tim Sully's in the actual squad, so there's a few.
Hello, welcome to Minecraft. Hi, I'm Manny. Today we're playing Minecraft, and today we're going to survive 100 days in peaceful Minecraft. So yeah, we will be lasting that many days in Minecraft. So so without further ado, let's go jump down a tree.
And the sad thing here is that Goran Pandev is nowhere to be seen. He was almost the hero against Austria. He got himself a goal at 37 years old, but when you look at this Macedonia squad, he's nowhere. And that is quite frankly heartbreaking. Ukraine, Vitaly Maximov. Ukraine are another team whose best player is a regen. He's a centre-back playing for Manchester City.
That watermelon. Yes, man.
This man is strong. This guy is a real force at the back.
Yeah, we're just playing some Minecraft here, and like I said, today we're lasting 100 days in hardcore Minecraft, and I'm just jumping down trees. Also, only a small percentage of people are actually subscribed, so please subscribe. For 100 subscribers, I'm doing something very special for 100 subscribers. Also, say me and my other channels are doing something special for 500 subscribers or 100 subscribers. Wait, are there villages in the distance? No, that can't be a village. No, it might be a village. Is there a village? No, it's not a village, it's just a big sand tower. I'm gonna go explore it anyway, I guess. Yeah, pretty neat and generation there. No, that's a villager house, I think. Wait, is it? Yeah, I think it is. I think we just found an abandoned village house. Yeah, it's a village. I think it's an abandoned village as well, so yeah. Yep, it's an abandoned village, guys.
Rakitic, there's no Modric, there's no... There is Vishalko, there is Dejan Lovren. But I mean, Croatia's best player is still Luka Modric. Is Luka Modric even in this squad? They've still got Rakitic. Luka Modric is new. I cannot even see him. Maybe he's retired. Either way, the best player is Goran Kutuk, an Ajax goalkeeper, who, to be honest, looks pretty decent. But he's a regen, so another one, FM11, have got wrong. Milan Badelj, unfortunately, no. I mean, he's not even in the first team for Croatia, so he's not really anywhere near being their best player. Let's move on now to England. Based on Sunday afternoon, England stars with the likes of Calvin Phillips, Tyrone Mings, Raheem Sterling.
So yeah, for the first 100 days, I will be pretty much trying to survive. Also, I don't need a crafting table now, so...
27 caps, 12 goals, Chelsea's main man up front. Yeah, in reality, Connor Wickham has just been released by Crystal Palace. I mentioned this when we looked at this England squad in a video a few weeks ago. I can't remember the last time I saw Connor Wickham. Crystal, he's a free agent. To be honest though, he probably would have been just as good as Harry Kane was against Croatia, because honestly, the captain was absolutely anonymous. He needs to improve in the coming games if we're going to have any chance of succeeding in this tournament. I'll tell you that for now.
Okay, so we've pretty much just basic told guys.
Scotland, Danny Wilson. Scotland back at a major tournament. Unfortunately, I can't tell you how they got on against Czech Republic because I'm recording this on the day of the game. So let's assume they've won. Let's say Ryan Fraser scored a hat-trick. That would be nice for Newcastle. But according to this, Scotland's best player is going to be Danny Wilson. Danny Wilson nowhere near the Scotland squad. Scotland has got some decent options at the back, like Sir Grant Hanley. Scott McTominay can play back there for some reason. But no, Danny Wilson, Scotland's best player. He's played for Liverpool. I mean, it's like having Alan.
I'll take a bow, I guess, for my sick house with some good bow.
Colorado Rapids, which is just a little bit underwhelming, isn't it? Scotland, the 57th best team in the world here. But are they going to have some joy at Euro 2020? And obviously I want England to do the best out of all the home nations on account of being England. So, secretly, I want Scotland to do alright. As long as they don't do as well as England, that's alright. If they can come second behind us, that would be fantastic. Come on, Scotland, you can do it. Bring it home, just not too far home. Czech Republic, Václav Kadlec. Obviously, Czech Republic's best player is probably Souček. But here it is Václav Kadlec, finisher, Inter Milan, striker. Let's have a look at his numbers. Just okay, nothing special. One of those names you would always see on Football Manager, but wouldn't really amount to much. In reality, Václav Kadlec is actually retired. He had problems with knee injuries for a long time in his career. And unfortunately, he's had to hang up his boots, and you won't be seeing him at Euro 2020 at all. Poland, Rafał Zukowski. I said at the start that it was obvious that Robert Lewandowski was Poland's best player, but no, according to this, it's a regen. Rafał Zukowski playing for Schalke in midfield. He can take penalties. That's great, isn't it? He's not even very good. He's pretty poor, actually. His career's fairly underwhelming. He's played in Germany, he's played in Italy. He only played 20 times for Poland. Yet for some reason, he's head of Wojciech Szczesny, he's played for Cracovia, he's head of Lucas Fabianski. And there's no Robert Lewandowski. So how can Robert Lewandowski not be in those top players? On FM11, Robert Lewandowski is pretty poor, to be honest with you. The best thing he's got is finishing 15. Robert Lewandowski should have a 21 for finishing. This guy has been so underwhelming on FM11. In reality, he's probably the best striker in the world. As an out-and-out number 9, you're not going to get many better than Robert Lewandowski. Apparently 10 years ago, though, FM11 couldn't predict that. I mean, at least he's actually in the Poland squad. But in terms of best players, he's not even in the top 6. Slovakia, Vladimir Weiss. Even though he sacked off playing in Europe years ago, Vladimir Weiss still probably one of Slovakia's more attacking, more exciting players. Not as exciting as Marek Hamšík, who's playing in Sweden at the minute. Marek Hamšík only the second best player for Slovakia. Vladimir Weiss, he was playing for Manchester United. He played for Newcastle, Man City. At Man United, he's actually been really good. Vladimir Weiss is one of those players who's just so naturally gifted, but you only ever see him at an international tournament. He'll probably get himself a goal during the competition, but not really quite as exciting. Top players is still Martin Dubravka, Milan Skriniar, top player at the back. As for Vladimir Weiss, in reality, he is playing for Bratislava, the second top club here in Slovakia. Realistically though, it's Marek Hamšík. Marek Hamšík's the main man. The Mohawk is absolutely iconic. Marek Hamšík, an absolute dream of a footballer. And it really makes me sad that we never saw him in the Premier League. Sweden, John Guidetti. John Guidetti is just another one of those players who never lived up to the gaming hype. I mean, look at this. For Sweden, as the number 9, he has scored 52 goals in 66 appearances. He made it back to Manchester City.
Oh, hey, Austin VSS. Yeah, I'm just playing Minecraft.
So 4 and 6 there, 5 and 21 this season, 21 million pounds. Look at this simulation. John Guidetti has been an absolute monster in front of goal. In reality, his career is just not going to plan. He's been for Alaves currently, couldn't even make the Sweden squad. A Sweden squad that doesn't have Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Their best player is probably Kulusevski, now he's Lindelof. But no, according to FM11, it is John Guidetti. John Guidetti is one of those players that the likes of FM really got wrong in the past. But that's probably not their fault. Maybe it's the players' fault. It's not a blame, because we don't need to blame anyone. Let's move on to Spain. Spain's Sergio Canales. This Spain squad for me isn't very exciting, but it doesn't include Sergio Canales, the man who FM11 thought would be Spain's best player. 7 goals in 40 caps. That's more than he's got in the real world. Let's have a look. I mean, David De Gea is obviously there in the real world. Cesc Fabregas. I mean, Cesc Fabregas is a bloody pundit, man. We're seeing him on Match of the Day. He's still playing here. He's still at Arsenal. 165 grand. He truly hasn't. Christ, he stayed at Arsenal his whole career. He's been amazing. In reality, Fabregas has been all over. He went to Barcelona. He went to Chelsea. He's at Monaco now. Yeah, on FM11, they still think Fabregas will be at Arsenal, and they still think he will be one of Spain's top players. Along with Borja, I mean, Christ, they couldn't have got this more wrong if they tried. As for Sergio Canales, the man who is apparently Spain's best player, he's playing for Real Betis, alongside Joaquin, who's probably old enough to be your dad. Hungary's Zoltán Horváth. I mean, Hungary are missing their top player in Dominic Szoboszlai, but here their best player is a regen. Zoltán Horváth, a left winger. He's naturally fit and he's determined. So that's nice. At least he's on loan at Roma from Pau. No, sorry, he's from Everton. But why did Everton even sign him? Just loaned him out every season. A rubber signed by Everton for a man who's quite poor. And if he's Hungary's best player, that is not a very good endorsement. But Hungary could be the whipping boys of Euro 2020. They're in the group of death. In there with Portugal, in there with France, in there with Germany. Sorry, Hungary, but there's no Zoltan Giri. You haven't got a hope in hell. France, Moussa Sissoko. I mean, he is actually in the French squad. But if you look at the French team, they've got the best squad of the entire tournament. They could put a B team in it, it would probably still be the second best team behind the French A team. Moussa Sissoko is in that squad. But there is no way Moussa Sissoko is the best player in that French squad. According to FM11, Moussa Sissoko, I mean, he was absolutely garbage at times at Newcastle. We couldn't believe we got 30 million quid from Spurs. I mean, let's have a little look at him. 200 grand a week, 80 caps for France. He scored 20 goals. Look at physically, he's an absolute machine, man. I mean, meant to be the next Patrick Vieira. Look at the season he's just had, man. He's one of the best players in the world. 14 goals, 19 assists. That is absolutely ludicrous. I mean, it's no wonder based on this that Moussa Sissoko is listed as the best player France have got. Hugo Lloris there in these top 6 players. Hugo Lloris, another one who's in the squad. I mean, at least Hugo Lloris is the number 1. Let's have a look at the French squad. I mean, yeah, Varane, at least he's there. Griezmann, that might be it. Samir Nasri's still playing, man. So many of the players in the French real squad are nowhere you can see. I mean, a lot of them are quite young. I mean, Pavard was only 15 when this game came out, so he's not going to be included. But for the French, Moussa Sissoko, the best player. For only the 5th best team in the world. I don't know where France are ranked in the rankings, but Moussa Sissoko, man, I cannot get my head around that at all. Let's move on to Germany. Germany, Toni Kroos. Fair enough, that's probably one. You could make an argument as German fans that Toni Kroos is still their best player. He's the man FM11 tipped to be the top player in 2021. He's going to be starting pretty much every game for the Germans. Still an absolute metronome in the middle of the park for Real Madrid, but he's getting on a bit now. 31 years old.
Also, I'm going to see if this is fine. Okay, guys, so this is the end of day 1. I don't know how long it's been, but it's now the start of day 2. So, yeah. I'm going to stay in these caves for a long time. Well, you know, I can't have too much goal, right?
Behind him, Thomas Müller, still in the German squad, made a comeback. Manuel Neuer, still the German number 1. But that's it, but that's never mind. Andreas Schürrle's nowhere near. Andreas Schürrle not packed it all in. Andreas Schürrle, I mean, the last thing I remember Andreas Schürrle doing was that ridiculous volley he scored for Fulham during that ill-fated loan spell. But if you ignore them, the top 3 players for Germany, pretty accurate actually. Well done FM11. You've got the Germans somewhat bang on. Oliver Bierhoff's not the manager, but that doesn't mind. Toni Kroos, Thomas Müller, Manuel Neuer, still 3 key players for Germany. FM11, I doff my cap here. You've got that one absolutely nearly bang on. And we will end things with Portugal. Their best player is Sergio Oliveira. Portugal have got a bit of a golden generation going on. Obviously, they've still got Ronaldo, but then you've got the likes of Bruno Fernandes, Ruben Dias, João Felix, Diogo Jota, Andre Silva. So many top players in this Portugal squad. It's a lot better than the squad that actually won the competition in 2016. Yet Cristiano Ronaldo is nowhere to be seen. Has Cristiano Ronaldo packed in playing international football? He isn't in the squad. We'll come back to him in a bit. But Portugal's best player is Sergio Oliveira. Centre midfielder playing for Atletico Madrid here. Plays for Porto in reality. I'll be honest with you, I don't really know anything about Sergio Oliveira. But he's had a wonderful season on FM11. 11 goals, 10 assists, 12 man of the match awards. After just joining from Spurs, it is no wonder he is the best player Portugal got. You've also got Nelson Oliveira, the man who, another player who was so good on these games in years gone by. Just got 12 Premier League goals for Everton. Whereas the last thing I remember him doing was getting his head trampled on by Tyrone Mings in the Championship. But he is one of Portugal's best players. As for probably their actual best player, Cristiano Ronaldo, what did FM11 predict for him? They predicted his career to end at Maritimo. That is just quite sad, isn't it? He retired from international football in the summer of 2020, probably after Euro 2020 actually happened. So maybe this summer will be the end of the road for Cristiano Ronaldo, a man who, Christ, he went to Man City, played for Maritimo. Cristiano Ronaldo is a man who's going to go out on a high when his career ends. He's not going to play for Maritimo. What a sad little ending. But for Portugal, I mean, Sergio Oliveira isn't their best player, but at least he's in the squad. I mean, it's not as bad as Connor bloody Wickham, man, for goodness sake. We will end it there. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think down.
Yeah.
Steve-O, make sure you're on time, mate, because we've got to get to the match, alright?
Don't worry, brother. Hello and welcome to World Expo, and Euro 2020 is finally on the horizon. Who's excited? Because I am really excited. I can't wait for Austria versus North Macedonia, Denmark versus Finland. I don't care who's playing. I'm excited for it. Euro fever has gripped the James Rutherford household, and I hope you're all as pumped as I am. But what I'm going to do today is simulate the entire tournament on Football Manager 2021. A lovely guy on Steam, Dodgy Game is his name, he's made a database with all the proper groups and venues, meaning we'll get the proper Euro 2020 experience. We simulated the tournament last summer back on Football Manager 2020 with a shock winner in Switzerland. But who will come out on top this time? Let's find out. And obviously this is just a Football Manager simulation. I'll be doing my actual tournament predictions next week if that's something you want to see. So if you do, just let me know down in the comments below. But anyways, let's crack on. Okay, so here we are at the start of the tournament, the 11th of June 2021. As you can see, here are the groups in all of their glory. There's England in Group D alongside Scotland. In Group A, we've got the Welsh taking on Turkey, Switzerland and Italy. And the group of death is obviously Group F, France, Germany, the holders Portugal, and poor old Hungary. Christ, they could be in for an absolute battle. The only thing with this database is the fixtures aren't exactly the same. So in real life, the tournament will kick off with Italy versus Turkey on Friday the 11th. In this instance, it's Italy versus Wales. But in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't really matter. What we're going to do now is simulate the end of the group stages and see which teams make it into the second round. Right,
this is a long stream for you. This is Minecraft.
Group stages are complete. 16 teams have made it through the second round, and my oh my, there's been a big old casualty in Group F. The world champions France, probably the favourites for the entire tournament, have crashed out. They didn't even get a single point. In 3 games, they lost each and every single one. They lost to Germany, they lost to Hungary, and they lost to the holders Portugal. France out in the group stages. What an absolute shock that is. It's like the time the Young Bucks got knocked out in the tag team tournament on Dynamite that time, back when AEW was exciting. Let's see if there's been any other major casualties. I mean, Wales coming rock bottom of their group, that's pretty disappointing, especially since the last time they made it to the semi-finals of the Euros. That'll knock them down a peg or two, because Christ, there was a lot of overhype when they made it to the Euros. I mean, even before they got to the semis, they were torting themselves up, especially when they went into that game against England. Luckily, England got the job done. Speaking of England, they've made it through. They didn't come top of their group. They came second behind Croatia. Scotland, they didn't make it through though. They got 3 points, but due to head-to-head record, they didn't make it into third place. That was the Czech Republic, who made it through. Elsewhere, Spain had to go through as one of the best placed third teams, coming behind Poland and Sweden. North Macedonia getting through, that's a pretty big surprise ahead of Ukraine and Austria. So who got 100% record? Belgium, Holland, and that's it. They're the only 2 teams to win every single game. I'm going to have a little look at how England's games went, just to see how they got on. Obviously, they are the team probably most of us are supporting. They kicked off the tournament with a 3-1 win over the Czech Republic. Raheem's 2 goals in the first 10 minutes. Sterling, Rashford, and then Mason Mount made it 3-0. They beat Scotland 3-2 at Wembley. That would have been an absolutely thrilling game. It wasn't even at Wembley, it was at Hampton Park, but that doesn't matter. Ryan Jack got sent off. In fact, Scotland were actually 2-1 up for a point in time. What a first half that was. And in the third game that decided for who topped the group, it was Croatia who won 3-2, again going down to 10 men. But it doesn't matter because England have made it through to the second round. Let's have a look at those second round fixtures, see who we've got facing each other. England will face Denmark. It's Turkey versus Poland, Sweden, Hungary, Switzerland, Portugal, Holland, Italy, a big game, probably the biggest of the round. Then it's Croatia, Spain, another big
so
game.
now let's check to see if we can move on to day 3. No, we can't.
Some smallish teams making it into the quarterfinals here, quite possibly. But what we will do, we will simulate another few days into the future, and let's see which teams conquer the second round and make it into the final 8. Right, here we are, the 30th of June 2021, and the second round has eliminated some big guns in this tournament. Most notably the holders, Portugal. They were beaten by Switzerland on penalties. Ronaldo and the holders have been knocked out in the second round. So for Italy, who were beaten 2-1 by the Netherlands. Croatia, they've knocked out Spain. I mean, that's not a massive surprise. Croatia's still a very good team, but I mean, Spain, as you can see there, they won it in 2012, they won it in 2008. This time, they've been knocked out in the second round. England, they made it through against Denmark. Let's have a little look at these games in a bit more detail. So England, very routine win over Denmark. Second half goals from Raheem Sterling and Harry Kane. For the Dutch, it was a Weghorst penalty, which made it 2-1, knocking out 4-time World Cup winners Italy. Turkey, they've just got past Poland, 1-0, a pretty tight affair. Croatia, Spain, it was a 2-0 lead for Croatia. Brozovic and Kovacic with the goals. Dani Olmo, the consolation for Spain. Sweden knocking out Hungary. I mean, Hungary, their tournament made through after they made it through the group of death. And Germany, they knocked out the Czech Republic 4-0. Switzerland, that is a big result for the Swiss. They're the team that won this tournament in our 2020 simulation last year, for those of you that were watching the channel a year ago. Portugal did take the lead in that game, but they ended up being knocked out on penalties. And in the other game, there was nearly a surprise. Belgium actually went behind to North Macedonia, but one of the tournament favourites rallied, goals from Eden Hazard, Switzerland, and it was a 2-1 win for Croatia, the World Cup finalists, in extra time. But the Netherlands pegged to England, beaten in the quarter-finals. That is where the dream has died for the final home nation in the tournament. Scotland and Wales didn't make it through the groups. England did get through, but they couldn't get past the Dutch in the quarter-finals. As for the quarter-finals, one of the tournament favourites, Belgium, they somewhat eased past Sweden 4-2. Another exciting game in this tournament. There's been a lot of excitement going on here. A Romelu Lukaku hat-trick. And the main shock of the quarter-finals, Germany have been knocked out. They went 1-0 up against Turkey. Ali Akman got a goal back. It was 1-1. And Turkey have gone through the semi-finals on penalties. Another huge shock. So our semi-final lineup looks like this. It is going to be Belgium versus Croatia and Turkey versus the Netherlands. For me, that is a big surprise. I mean, out of those 4 teams, Belgium's the only one you think are nailed on to get the semis, surely. The other 3, something of a surprise. The fact there's no Italy, there's no England, there's no Germany, there's no France, there's no Portugal. This tournament has been something of surprise. But what we will do, we will simulate a few more days in the future. Let's see how the semi-finals go and see exactly who is going to be playing in the European Championship final for 2020 in 2021. Right, here we are, the 8th of July 2021, and the semi-finals are complete. Competing in the European Championship final for 2021, the year-long delayed tournament will be Belgium and Holland. Holland won the tournament in 1988. That was the last time they tasted success, and they will be facing the golden generation of Belgium. Belgium's probably final chance to win a trophy with this golden generation, likes of De Bruyne, Lukaku. Well, I suppose World Cup's not too far away, but the Euros, obviously, you've got more chance of winning it with less competition from the likes of Brazil and Argentina. They will be facing Holland in the final. Let's have a look at the semis, see how they went. First up, it was Belgium versus Croatia, and it was a Romelu Lukaku hat-trick that put the Red Devils into the final. Kramaric did well, he got a brace, but Belgium have been unstoppable so far in this tournament. They'll be facing the Dutch, who also had a pretty routine route into the final. They beat Turkey 3-0. Keep miners, Daniel.
Okay, now it's day 3.
United flop, Luke de Jong getting on the score sheet. Luke de Jong was absolutely rubbish when he was against St James's Park. Honestly, I can't even remember him having a shot, never mind scoring a goal. But here he has scored in a European Championship semi-final, setting up a date with Belgium. That game will be happening on the 11th of July. So far, Lukaku looks like he's on route to win the Golden Boot, 7 goals. He's been one of the best players in the tournament. Harry Kane's got an average rating of 8.8, but I mean...
So yeah, also guys, today's live stream will also have a live reaction to the Nintendo Direct, which starts in 27 minutes S, because it starts at 5.
After 30 years of making Mario games, Nintendo finally packed it in and just asked players to make their own levels. Super Mario Maker was a meaty Mario level editor that launched for the Wii U in 2015 and basically played out as a greatest hits reel for 2D Mario. Mario Maker basically handed the keys to the Mushroom Kingdom over to players and let them create and publish their own levels across 4 unique styles: Super Mario Bros., Super Mario Bros. 3, Super Mario World, and New Super Mario Bros. It allowed you to create a whole slate of deviously difficult levels, as long as you could finish your own mad creation, that is, and offered a huge wealth of options with which to do so. Super Mario Maker was the perfect 30th birthday present to the fans, and they responded in kind by creating over 7 million courses. By 2016, Mario had been on his fair share of handhelds, but he'd never been on a smartphone. Super Mario Run was a revolution of sorts in its own little way, but not really for the game itself. It was a small revolution because it was the first official Mario title developed for a non-Nintendo. Mario Run didn't really evolve the formula. In fact, it pretty much devolved it back to its basics. Taking inspiration from classic auto-runners like Cannabolt and Jetpack Joyride, Mario Run saw the controls pared right back to just a simple touch of the screen. If you touched the screen, Mario jumped. If you held the screen for longer, he jumped for longer. And well, that was largely it. Shigeru Miyamoto said it was even designed that way so you could play with one hand and eat a hamburger with the other, which is just the most wholesome Miyamoto thing ever. With the Wii U confined to the trash can of history, RIP, Nintendo moved forward with arguably their greatest console to date, and also arguably their greatest Mario game to date too. Super Mario Odyssey felt like a full-on celebration of every aspect of the franchise so far. Employing a sandbox structure to
So yeah, we're just in the middle of a 100 days now already. Ah, I just see an item frame. Oh, okay.
Mario Odyssey introduced Cappy into the franchise, a cute little character that took up residence in Mario's hat, and gave players the ability to capture a whole range of enemies, characters, and items with spectacular results. You could capture over 100 different things across Odyssey, a large portion of them classic Mario enemies from across the series, and in one slightly creepy instance, a human in New Donk City. Courses and worlds were a thing of the past, as Mario Odyssey introduced kingdoms into the franchise, expansive open-world sandboxes that were littered with power moons for players to hunt for. Unlike previous 3D Mario games, you weren't kicked back to a central hub world after you collected a moon, which allowed you to uncover secrets at your own pace. These varied sandbox arenas were full of life and colour too, whether it was the steampunk gardens of the Wooded Kingdom, the pop-art aesthetics of the Luncheon Kingdom, or the desert vistas of the Sand Kingdom. Super Mario Odyssey was a huge success for Nintendo, becoming the fastest-selling Mario game since New Super Mario Bros. Wii almost a decade before. This was no doubt powered by the success of the Switch, but Odyssey was also a huge success critically, with many saying it felt like the spiritual successor to Super Mario 64, and us here at GameSpot slapping another 10 out of 10 on a Mario game, only the second in the franchise. The most recent main series release into the Mario franchise was the follow-up to 2015's Super Mario Maker, which basically just expanded on the brilliance of the original. Aside from a raft of new items, enemies and power-ups, there were three major developments in Mario Maker 2. The first was a brand new core style that was based on the Super Mario 3D world aesthetic and offered unique gameplay mechanics within its level design. Secondly, after numerous requests from fans, Nintendo gave players the opportunity to create their very own world maps too. And lastly, and perhaps most substantially, Mario Maker 2 included a story campaign, which offered up over 100 Nintendo-created courses for players to tear through. Mario Maker 2 was an even bigger success than its predecessor, largely thanks to the larger player base on the Switch, selling over 5 million copies to date. The Super Mario franchise has come a long way since it started life as a potential Popeye license game. Thank God that never happened. From its 2D roots through to its groundbreaking arrival in 3D and then back again, Mario has been one of the backbones of gaming since he first debuted. Here's hoping he keeps innovating for many long years to come. And that is the evolution of the Super Mario franchise. 35 years of memories summed up in 30 minutes. I really enjoyed going back through this amazing franchise for its 35th birthday, and I really hope you enjoyed watching this video too. Let me know your favourite Mario game in the comment section below, and I'll see you next time.
Nintendo is officially confirmed to be returning to E3 2021. Will it be a Nintendo Direct and a few days of Treehouse Live? Considering recent years, yeah, probably. But that doesn't stop us from dreaming of game reveals like we always do. Nintendo tends to bring out the big guns at E3, so here's 9 things that I, Evan Langer, Mr. Nintendo for GameSpot Video, want from Nintendo at E3 2021. At the February Nintendo Direct, Eiji Aonuma confirmed that more Breath of the Wild 2 news would be coming later this year. Well, I can't think of a better time than E3. No rush to the developer since pretty much everything has been delayed due to all the happenings in the world, but getting Breath of the Wild 2 this year for the 35th anniversary of Zelda would be #1 epic victory royale.
How do you do, fellow kids? What?
If you want to know what we'd like to see in the Breath of the Wild sequel, then I recommend you check out the video I did with Max Blumenthal, which I'll link in the description below. Although admittedly, Breath of the Wild was supposed to come out in 2016 for the 30th anniversary, but got pushed to 2017, and that game was still great, so who cares about anniversaries? Speaking of anniversaries, if by this point we haven't heard anything about Zelda's 35th anniversary, I think this would be the perfect place for Nintendo to talk about it. Think about it. Wind Waker HD plus Twilight Princess HD on Switch. N64 Online with the first titles being Ocarina of Time Majora's Mask. Oracle of Seasons and Ages remake being teased for 2021 or later. Four Swords and Four Swords Adventures coming to the eShop. Okay, not all those things will happen, but I'd like Wind Waker HD and Twilight Princess HD at least. Before you say anything, I'm not a port beggar, I promise, but hear me out. If Persona 5 Royal came to Switch to complement Persona 5 Strikers, I would like that. A lot. Persona 5 Royal...
I saw you back on that night. I got drugs, I got quacks. Eat so much I just tummy drags. You back on that night. Oh, so we still got 40 there. Name tag I can get rid. Clay I can get rid of. Bed I don't need bed. Okay, wait, and then I need to craft one. Oh, I still have a whole stack. Well, first let me craft 2 chests. Place them down there, and then put all the wood I have in there. So I can pick up the rest of the stuff which I may need. And I'm gonna go to that, and I'm just gonna throw that down, and I'm just gonna go craft all of them, then throw radiant sacks again, and then do that. And put my bed down, throw those there, and end, and almost end the day. But we've got a lot of wood to work on the house at least. I think I'm just gonna go for a basic house though on day 4. So yeah, okay, right, so basic house, this will probably be my final day before the Nintendo Direct, and it will be the final day before the stream. Right, first of all, actually, I'm gonna make it an end a bit later, because why not, as they say. Why not? Right, I think I'm going to get rid of all of this and then add some land over the sea or something along the lines of that. Okay, right. So I want to go over to that island over there, but I don't want to swim with all my stuff. Wait a minute, I want these gone as well. Just so we have a really flat yes. Because with a really flat surface we can get a knot done. Baby sock do 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 do, baby sock do 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 do, baby sock do 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 do, baby sock. Mom. Wait, what? So. And just get some dirt off in here. Oh, I'm gonna build this bit. Yeah, I'll go under. And finally, these 3 can go towards the dirt path, thinking about it. Perfect! Well, now we can start the building part of the building at last. So, let's see. I will be using the torches, but first we will grab all the wood we can get. And now let's start working on the house. I don't know if this will be even or not. And yes, I will be going over. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 12, so this is 3, 4, 5, 6. So we could do around 5.5. And there's 6, 7. I'm started raining. But there's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so this goes over the path a little. But to be honest, that's what I like. That's what I like. Lucky for you, that's what I like. Now, half of 12 is 6. So, yeah. Alright, I think it's under. No, it doesn't, okay. Well, I can throw another 16 in along with that, and then I can throw another 3 in that. Oh god, how many we've almost used all our blocks already? This is actually become a big product. Don't worry, we do earn besides we will soon have to do as well in there. Should I start the movement now? No, but I do have some things to place down here. So let's see. In this we'll have a furnace, stone cutter, Nexon. And now I'm gonna focus on the path a bit more, actually, you know, if we're gonna... No, this isn't the path of the houses, it's just the path to move all the things, since there's a big pool of water. And no, I am not covering all the water, before you ask. Now, why am I getting a lot of dirt? Because, yeah. Also, I'm going to use this whole area one time. Also, for future plans, I will be using, like, the whole area. So, it's best way if I just start landscaping it now, if you get what I mean. Saves me having to do it later. Also, I will be expanding this bit of an island. In fact, I want to cover all the top now with water by the end of this. So, yeah. When I do move out, I will be having that nail removed as well. In fact, I'm even so worthy that I won't die. I'm even doing some of the undernail right now. I'm gonna just got back up for a fresher and the fact that I don't like unfinished paths, so yeah. When I hopped back down. Like, I was definitely not gonna get this finished, but I wanted to do as much as I can. That's also how much I could do. So yeah. Now then what I did was I grabbed my crafting table, my chair with the wood, my chest without the wood, and the bed. I needed to be quick before the items despawned, because I didn't actually have enough room since yet. There we go. There we go. So after getting everything, I put the bed down and I put some... and I decided to start cooking. But first I wanted to move the furnace and the bed around. So, yeah. I also wanted my crafting table closer to my bed. If I could find my craft... oh, there it is. So, yeah. Oh, I just did 2 places in the same place. Perfect. So the first thing that I did was the corners. And well, I wanted a lot of windows, but at the same time I didn't want any windows. See, the first thing I did before even thinking about where to put the door was, things. So then I counted. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, door, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Should I wait? Should I go another one here just so I can put a door down? And to that I said, yeah. So I chopped it down right in this section. And I go expanded it by 1 again. I think I actually needed to chop down 12. If you think that those 12 will come in handy with building, no, we are replacing them down just 1 across. Perfect. So now I can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Door. 2, 3, 4, 5. 4. Right. Since I know there were going to be 3 doors, I just decided to make a gap of 3. Okay, so then that would be 1, 2, 3, 4. No. That one needs to go there. So then we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. Is this one I need to remove to make it 5, 5. So what I did was I did the whole bottom there. Since I think I knew where I think I know where I'm gonna put my chest, but at the same time I don't know. Also, don't worry about running out of wood. I still got like a load of wood spare. I checked to see if it was day 5 yet, and nope, that's not a day 5. So then I raised these up by 2, and I placed a block down for the start of the roof. I also put my hole in my offhand, get my torches ready, and I decided about my night since it'll actually be there. So I picked up both that and the furnace, and since one of my wood was gone, I placed the furnace close to my bed, and I didn't even know why I had a Netson. Then it was time for the next day. So, day number 5. Let's see. So, I want to finish the house today, so I'm gonna waste. No, I need to waste as much as I can while at it as well. So what I did is get things because I needed a shield, so I got myself a shield on this day. I needed some stairs, so I got some stairs, and doors I needed, so I got some doors. With the spare staircase, I don't know when I need it, so I'm gonna throw that in there. I also accidentally threw my doors in there as well. Also, I got all the things which I didn't need right now. Like, I don't know what I'm gonna do with 1 piece of gold or 28 bricks or 2 other beds. So I just threw all them in there just to clear some space. But then I came up with an idea. That spare door could come in handy. What if I just do that there? And then I was like, Dylan, you are a genius. So when I placed the other door in there, and that looks cool. And then that would also leave me another. And then that left me with an idea. Since I had to build it up by 1 again, I decided, why don't I build it up by 2 around here, first of all. Second of all, why don't I do that? Wait, why don't I just put that there? And then, well, you know, if I put that there, no. So I was thinking of a door design, but then I was like, nah, I'm just gonna put like a plank wall here. Here. So yeah. And to make it even, I did it on the other side as well. Don't worry. I need to waste off as much wood as possible. In fact, I decided to waste the whole wall in by 1. It's not like I'll be needing that wall anyway, so yeah. So then I decided, no windows. So then I just went for the torch switch, really. Don't worry, I have enough wood, right? Still got another 5 stacks of wood left. Well, actually, no, it'll be 4 soon. Oreo, Oreo, So then the knife screen was about to happen, and I wanted to watch this. So I just about managed to caught 420, and then I focused on the roof really. Got my torches out, and I placed one there, one to the other side, placed one there, placed one there, one to the other side. Because I said make a 4. Figured I should do that and place a torch. Why did I do the same this side actually? So what did I do? I did the same thing this side. And then I focused on the roof. Since I was almost done with the roof and the house. But then I was like, well actually I want to get rid of this whole back interior thing as a whole. It was starting to intempt me a bit. It was also the final thing which it did, and since I didn't want to waste any of my wood on a wooden pickaxe, I just took the long way out. And then I was like, see, I need to do those 2 blocks ahead of me, so. And then I was like, my hand's gonna be dead after this. So. I managed to do it. Used the final 4 there. And I finished up my house at last. With a bit of freedom. So then I placed the final block. I decided to place a torch there. Figure out where it was and place some electrical. 5. So yeah, perfect. I like to look at this house. So what did I do? I placed a torch across my 2 chests. Or 2 torches across 2 chests. Then I cooked off my raw iron. And then I decided to just continue with some other important things. First of all, I got 4 saplings ready for 4 trees. Only problem is, yeah. No, I'm not going the back round. I will be taking the long way round. But this will be like my little, like I'm thinking of making a tree. I'm going to make that area my farm, and then I'm going to convert that whole island over there into grass. Before that, I was going to need a load of dirt. A load of dirt, in fact, but I think my shovel may break as well. Like, I was going to get this whole bit of dirt here. Like, I was going to landscape out this whole area. If my shovel broke now, I was going to go at least get rid of these blocks by hand. So was on my last, and I wanted to get rid of the trees as well, but I was like, nah. So yeah, and then I wanted my shovel to break, so I just went over to this island over here. And I started working it. Oh, the Nintendo Direct's about to happen. Okay guys, we're starting pretty much. If you're wondering why I was going to build the path from, I was going to build it off sand. How? By placing a block of dirt there. I'm going to block a sand. Oh, it's starting, it's starting. Right, I'm going to save this world. I'm going to head in my house and I'm going to save this world. And even remember I'm up to day 5. No, it's not the end of the stream though. We will be heading back to it after this Nintendo Direct.
Hello everyone, I'm Shinya Takahashi, and I'll be your guide for today's Nintendo Direct.
Yeah?
Hello, I'm Yoshiaki Koizumi, and I'll be your guide as well.
The Nintendo Switch system is now in its 5th year, and many people around the world are playing games on it. Nintendo Switch is being enjoyed by a wide range of players spanning all ages and all levels of gaming experience.
Right, I'm gonna go to the toilet with this and I'm gonna give my reaction to everything that's been announced.
We've been able to offer a wide variety of games on the system, not just from Nintendo, but also from our many development and publishing partners.
Right, I'm going to go for a break. I'll see you soon.
Talk about the fighter more in a future presentation. We still have to record it first, actually. The air date is shown below. Please stay tuned.
say that Portugal didn't win the World Cup to be an easier run for the Euro. And as much as I would like to forget it, England were both knocked out of a group which was topped by Costa Rica, with Uruguay finishing as runners-up. So I would urge for a sense of perspective and for some humility before Europeans go rating off the rest of the world during their period of dominance, since it could all change again very quickly in Qatar in just 18 months' time. So,
Steve-O, make sure you're on time, mate, because we've got to get to the match, alright?
Okay, everyone, so I'm back.
to conclude, it still holds.
Okay, everyone, I am back.
So welcome back to another FIFA 20.
We're just loading. Okay, so this was where we left off. I think I was in the middle. Yeah, I was in the middle of transferring.
Months left in this game's life, and in another few months we're playing the latest and greatest FIFA 22. And yeah, some of you guys might have moved away from this game already.
Now I'm gonna swap like copper, make myself a new axe and a new shovel.
If you enjoyed today's video, please leave a like and make sure you subscribe.
We now need the rest for now.
You get tons of value, so please do so. Today's video is sponsored by Mule Factory. If you want to get some FIFA coins, check out Mule Factory. The link will be in the description. If you use my code VAPEXFOOT, you also get 5% off. Now, of course, with these types of videos, it all depends on how hardcore you play FIFA. Some of you may know all the things I've mentioned here, some of you may not. Did you know that there is a secret game mode in FIFA that EA does not want you to know about? Well, guess what? It's actually called Pro Clubs. And this has to be one of the most neglected modes in the game besides player career mode. And EA has the audacity to put new on this tile for the whole year. What is new about this thing? Tell me, please, what is new about this thing? Career mode got more updates than Pro Clubs, and it doesn't even have a new tab. EA just trolling once again. Typical EA trolls right there. But anyway, this is on the list today because now could be the right time to gather some friends up, even though you can see 0 friends online for me. Get some friends together and start playing some Pro Clubs. You can play with your friends against other people in Pro Clubs and pretty much build up a virtual pro and have a bit of fun, have a bit of banter. No need to take this game serious anymore.
So I think we were just on the brink of day 5 going into day 6. So yeah, this is like my first big product on Minecraft really.
So click on over to the Pro Clubs tab. It is a secret mode that EA does not want you to play. Now if you still want to play career mode and you're bored of like the way you normally play, I did 2 videos over the last couple of weeks about things you should do if you're bored of FIFA 21 career mode. Now those are good to watch. Also there's other people on YouTube that do good tip videos as well. But pretty much now's the time to look at different kinds of ways you can play career mode, including challenges and different types of challenges.
I don't even know what copper is, I just...
Premier League, where you can actually set up a Premier League with all the best European clubs and compete like that. I did have a lot of fun with that. And also there's other challenges like a Road to Glory, the rebuilds, all that kind of stuff. You guys know about that kind of stuff. You can also do like financial takeovers with Newcastle, Youth Academy, career mode. There's so many different ways to play. I think now is the best time to actually look up different kinds of challenges in career mode. If you still want to play career mode and you're just bored of the way you normally play, there's heaps of ways to do it. Now this next mode is something that EA does want you to play, and it's called Volta Football. A lot of people have not touched Volta this year. I can't even find it. Where is it? I can't even find the Volta tile. Where is it? Oh, here it is. Oh, yeah. There we go. It was right in front of me. That's how much I've played this Volta mode. Don't even know where it is in the menus. But anyway, Volta could be fun at this time of year when...
Oh, it's a dog! No.
You're sick of the standard grass game.
I don't care about... No, Peter. Peter. Don't care about you, Peter. I am going to finish off.
Now there's so many different things here, a lot of different Adidas tops. You just have to go around. Look at this. This one's broken. Item name is broken. Look at this, man. Bugs galore in this game. You can squad up, I think, with people online and stuff, and you can play a story mode called The Debut. I don't know if it's any good. I haven't touched it, but apparently it's got cutscenes and stuff. There's a single match option. There's Volta Squads, which is obviously where you can join with a team. Featured battles, which is like squad battles in Ultimate Team. And let's take a look at The Debut very quickly. So yeah, this is like a Volta story mode thing. And there's a lot of air conditioners there. We've got some people in the crowd in Sao Paulo, Brazil, and this is basically where you get your cutscenes and stuff.
Obviously, if you're into this kind of stuff, then, you know, it might be worth a play right now. It might give you a couple of hours of fun, and I might try it out myself. I don't really know at the moment. Haven't really checked this out all year, because I didn't really like the FIFA 20 story mode. And if you don't want to do the whole story mode stuff, you can play normal matches of Volta here. You just go to the kickoff section instead. You can play a single match, or you can do house rules, and pretty much this is the way I play Volta anyway. Sometimes I do it for the B-roll on the videos. Could be fun if you have friends over. You can play 3v3 in Volta and stuff. And yeah, there's different ways you can play Volta. It's all up to you if you feel like a FIFA Street sort of experience. And I guess if you compare it to FIFA Street for me was a bit better, except for the graphics department. Now, as you know, FIFA does have a lot of different modes here, and now might be the right time, instead of playing crew mode, go to the tournament mode and play some of those tournaments instead of doing like a full season in crew mode. You can even play with the women's side of things. You can do the International Cup there, and you can also do like custom tournaments or new tournaments based on different competitions around the world. So instead of, my game just crashed, though, that's fantastic, EA, great game. Instead of doing the FA Cup in crew mode, you can actually just play the tournament as itself. You can either do the Carabao Cup, Papa John's Trophy, Premier League, and there's many different competitions here for different countries. Whatever you can basically play in crew mode, you can do this as a tournament in the game. So now might be the right time to test this feature out. I think a lot of people probably ignore this for most of the year, but it is there, and you can play many different cup competitions and stuff. Instead of just playing it in crew mode, you can just do it through the tournament section here. Now there's also, of course, the Champions League that you can play, and that's got its own title right there. If you do that, you can set up your own Champions League tournament. You don't need crew mode to do any of that. You can set this up as a tournament. You can replace teams, swap teams out, all that kind of stuff, and just play around with the groups, pick a team, and then go from there. So you can have a lot of fun with these tournaments as well, instead of using them only in career mode. They're all there. And I almost forgot, there's also the CONMEBOL Libertadores that you can do as well as a tournament. So if you want to play in South America, you can use this as well. I think EA has got a title update that's going to fix up the clubs, the rosters, so you might notice that this is outdated. This is actually recorded a couple of weeks ago, so yeah, that's why it looks outdated, but you can definitely use this and play this tournament. Now, if you're bored of FIFA and you feel like getting into the Euro spirit, check out PES 2021. They do have a Euro DLC, and we're going to load it up right now. So this could be good to get into the Euro spirit. Currently, the Euros are on as well, and now is the right time to play these Euro DLCs. They do have the official license for this one, so if you can get it on Game Pass as well for the Xbox, I think it is free. PES is free on the Game Pass thing, which is great. So if you have an Xbox, you can actually play this. So there's many different European nations you can pick, and I believe most of them, I think 24 actually, are licensed. So at least the ones that are currently in the real world competition should be licensed with all the kids. Not sure if the rosters are up to date. I think there's another patch coming for that. So yeah, you can basically have a bit of fun. It's sort of like a DLC, I guess. And you can just play the games, you know, win the tournament, and just pass maybe a couple hours using different national teams and stuff like that. Now is the right time to play this DLC. Now, of course, if you don't have access to PES 21, you can create your own sort of Euro tournament. You just use the actual tournament. You can do autofill, yes or no, and I think you'll have to turn that off if you want to pick European nations. But yeah, you have to replace all the teams and add them one by one from Europe. So obviously you can have the official guys and then fill in the gaps with people who didn't, or teams that didn't actually qualify. So yeah, you get what I mean. You can do this massive tournament with 32 teams. And after all that, if you're still bored of FIFA 21, now's the time to put the disc away, or in the bin if you want, and play a different game. Load up the F1 game, load up, I don't know, what else you play, GTA, Call of Duty, load up that kind of stuff, Football Manager maybe, and just play a different game. Take a break from FIFA until FIFA 22 comes around, and then we can all start the process once again. So if you're still bored, now's the time to get rid of this game and stop playing it. Now I hope that helps. If you did enjoy today's video, please leave a like for me. Make sure you subscribe as well. It always helps when you do that. And please check out this FIFA video. Hit the card in the middle. It'll take you straight there. I'll see you next time.
If you're looking for a quick and easy way to get your business online, there's no better place to start than with our managed WordPress plugins. In fact, it only takes 5 minutes.
The end to the Turkish Super League in 2021 was a neutral dream. 3 things all with a shot of winning the main prize on the final day. It had people from all corners of the globe intrigued as Besiktas ended up reigning victorious, taking home the trophy on goal difference to runners-up Galatasaray. Not only that, Turkey's qualification for Euro 2020 with some impressive victories along the way, seeing a lot of people pin them as the dark horses of the tournament. Turkey, I love what you've got going on with that golden generation. Just don't beat Italy in the first match, otherwise I'll probably delete this video. Today, in the spirit of the Euros, we're bringing back a channel staple, the Country Rebuild Challenges. Sir BCHD accepts the Galatasaray job at managing in the Super League for the first time in his career. Obviously, the main advantage here working with the Istanbul heavyweights is that we're already presented with a decent crop of Turkish-based talent on the roster.
Well, I think the first thing that I want to craft with copper is a lightning rod. So now when it thunders and lightning, I can go catch some lightning, I guess.
5-star skill moves, 5-star weak foot. Get this guy the pen and paper because he could definitely prove useful in the future. Let's show the fans what our best intentions are, bringing the club back to their roots and sell it or not.
Oh, I need an amphitheatre equivalent. Well, you know we're going in the cave soon again.
If you're not Turkish, Galatasaray is about to show you the door. With around about £30 million to spend, give or take, the Turk Telecom Stadium ain't ready. We'll see how things go, but for now, we've changed up the formation and tactics-wise, we've opted for the 4-3-1-2. We're getting the wheels rolling for a brand new Turkish revolution here at Galatasaray. Be sure to let me know in the comments what are the Euro-themed rebuilds you want to see on the channel in the coming weeks. Drop a like, of course, if you're on the return of the series, and subscribe if you're new around here. Whilst taking a deep dive into this team overall, I saw the perfect opportunity to sign up Derdvizoglu on a permanent deal. He is signing on from Brentford. The young-and-coming Turkish striker was only on loan, and we had to take a chance on him for $2.95 million. Halil Ibrahim, here's your official welcome to Galatasaray. Now he is our first official signing of the rebuild to kickstart this Turkish era at the club. We have got Erkan Koçku. I'm already waving the white flag. I'm going to completely butcher every single Turkish last name. So any of the Turkish viewers watching, forgive me. But I remember when this guy burst onto the scene a couple of years ago back in FIFA 19, and I think he's potential captain material. He could form a lethal bond in midfield with
Euro 2020, during Scotland versus the Czech Republic, this happened. What a lovely day for a walk. The sun is out, the sky is blue, it's beautiful. Oh, good morning, sir. How did I forget? I'm playing goalkeeper for Scotland in our first major tournament since 1998. What an idiot. The sun is out, the sky is blue, it's beautiful. Oh, good morning, sir. How did I forget? I'm playing goalkeeper for Scotland in our first major tournament since 1998. What an idiot. Come on, David. David. Come on, Mason. For Scotland! Oh, Pesh. I'm going to become a me man. Footballers at St Patrick's Shakes halfway line goal versus Scotland. Alvaro Morata. For Spain. And my own self-esteem. Go on. Go on. Go on. Go on. Pesh. If only Alvaro was Czech. Robert Lewandowski for Bosca. And my TikTok account. Ooh, leave the goal scoring to me, Robert. Pass. 5 out of 10. What? Why only 5? It needs to be higher. Why only 5? Alexander Isak for Sweden. And a big money move. Move to a big club, really? To who? Derby County. Does big mean something different in Scotland? David Beckham for England and my queen, Victoria. Yes. Pass. 10 out of 10. And he gets a bonus point for wearing a skirt. The Euro 2020 Bundesliga Dream Team is an 11-video series that is happening right now on the Bundesliga channel. Watch 3 Bundesliga players go head-to-head for a position in the team and vote for your favourite in the comments. Guten Abend!
Right, so now we just continue to carve out like a little... You know, this will be like a mini storage area now, coming to think about it.
He's on 3-0. FCB over to Heart. He's on 3-0. FCB over to all of these frontmen. How does it feel like knowing that Paul Pogba has more World Cups than all of you combined? How does it feel knowing I have won as many Champions Leagues as your whole club? To you and all the Barcelona fans, how does it feel checking the La Liga table at the minute? I think everyone connected to Barcelona should be keeping a low profile at the minute.
How does it feel knowing that your first choice striker is Martin Braithwaite? No bad.
How does it feel? They just remember a very simple thing. Never give up.
Exactly right.
McTominay and Matic.
There was no need for that.
Dude, at least the first question wasn't about my sister.
Maybe if Norway got Africa's best players to play for us, I could win it too.
Bullshit! I won it in 2018! Isn't that why I got this NBA?
How does it feel knowing that you support Barcelona? They're an embarrassment to the letters F, C, and B.
And Scotland Mistake won it in 2014. What's your point?
How did it feel when you won the Premier League in 2016? Awesome! Wait, I did win it in 2016, didn't I? Isn't that why I got this NBA?
No!
Oh, how does it feel to know that Dejan Lovren has more Champions League titles than you, and Jimmy Traore has more than me too? What's your point?
How does it feel knowing Morata is sleeping with your girlfriend? At least that's what Patrice ever told me. Impossible! Alvaro would always end up on the wrong side of the sheets.
Why isn't Neymar a goalie? With his excellent diving abilities, why aren't you using spell check with your far from excellent spelling abilities?
Knock knock. Who's there? Not your Ballon d'Or. Bastard. Did Zlatan put Lehman's growth hormones in his nose? More nose jokes. Rest in peace, Alex de Husky. Stupid dog.
Let's play Kiss, Marry, Kill. The options are Valverde, Setien, Koeman. Forget Kiss, Marry, Kill. Let's play Kill, Maim, Torture.
I discovered Levy's TikTok after watching the last one of these. I've also bleached my eyes with silicone and now I'm blind forever. Don't worry, I prefer it that way. Bastard.
Next comment, please.
How did it feel like being at Atletico Madrid?
Now I'm blind forever. Don't worry, I prefer it that way. Bastard.
Next comment, please.
How did it feel like being at Atletico Madrid? Feels like being top of the league. I thought these were mean comments.
Your nose is longer than Phil Jones's list of own goals. More nose jokes. Rest in peace, Posh 0905's testicles. Wait, there are no mean comments for me.
Neymar, when is the next time you're gonna smash your money? Right after I smash your money! Or maybe even at the same time! Oh, wait, I've been tricked, David! I got confused. And for the record, that postman, I had a smashing mommy! As in, she's great!
Kane, even Marco Bielsa can talk better English than you. That's offensive!
He said, that's offensive. Oh! Sorry, Harry.
That's Harry Kane.
She's great!
Kane, even Marco Bielsa can talk better English than you. That's offensive!
He said, that's offensive. Oh! Sorry, Harry.
That's Harry Kane, NBA to you, lad.
How does it feel that the entire team plays in your shadow? Finally, a nice tournament. Thanks to Banjan. In the shadow of your nose. But, rest in pieces, Thomas Muller's horse.
Oh! Why, Dave? I didn't even send that comment!
Oh, Zlatan is sorry for your loss.
I did really.
Oh, poor Dave. Absolutely zero new comments.
Cristiano Ronaldo says 3-0. Ha ha. How does it feel to have a garden gnome as a manager? Can you cut that laugh out? Lino, how about we write diss tracks for the next episode of The Frontmen? Even better, how about we write diss tracks? Ha ha. Dick.
Knock knock. Who's there? Ballon d'Or. Oh, here we go. Ballon d'Or who? That's it. I don't get it. Exactly. Bastard. Who keeps sending these knock knock jokes? The only person I know who still tells knock-knock jokes in 2020 is Thomas More.
How does it feel being stalked by Mbappe every day? Annoying.
He's definitely not here today.
What was that?
Did you swear it wasn't you?
I swear. Scheiße. See? I swore.
I'll find out it's you.
These jokes aren't even funny. If it was me, they would have been hilarious.
But that's not true.
I prove it. Listen.
I can't hear a thing.
Precisely. Not a single knock. Because there's nobody at the door. Just nobody at the Ballon d'Or this year. You get it? Ballon d'Or. Like knock door. You know? Ballon d'Or.
To Suarez, I dare you to don't cry. Knock knock. Who's there? Chris. Chris who? Chris Temple.
Why would you say something like that? Oh, that's a wrap. Okay, carry on.
How does it feel to have less youth trophies than Jesse Lingard?
Who? You don't know who Jesse Lingardinho is? Loser. Not that I sent that message or anything.
I must just be too nice. The message from Sibyl. Start pressing, you greedy son of a bitch. Oh, finally, the message from Thomas More. Look, it's a guy.
It wasn't me.
Oh, really? Yes, really. Oh.
How does it feel to look like a cross between a constipated hippo and Borat? Boris Johnson.
A constipated hippo and Boris Johnson. How do I come up with this stuff?
218, knock, who's there? I don't know, but it's definitely not a trophy. Let's see if you'll be able to tell me that joke again at the end of the season.
Of course he will, unless you're planning on leaving Spurs in January.
Oh, hello. My name's Jamie Vardy. I've won one trophy, and suddenly I go around Cristiano Ronaldo.
That was the worst impression I've ever...
310. Do you know that you have less trophies than Wilfred Bonny, so he should be the frontman instead of you?
I agree.
Let's see you prove it then, Wilfred. Head this ball.
Fine.
Oh, Bonny hit me! Oh, Bonny! Bonny hit me!
Not falling for that, Harold.
You are fired from the front man. What for?
Number one, you're killing a human being.
Number two, even worse than that,
are playing in the Europa League.
there will be no more Europa League players bringing shame on the front man. Oh, you're the goat. This is definitely me.
It was me, Cristiano.
Security! He's back!
This explains why my underpants went missing from my dressing room.
What you did to that corner flag was representative of what Fulham did to you. Oh, nice one. And by the way, I've not got anything against the Rainbow Laces campaign. And to prove it, I'm going to find Harry Kane and snog his face off.
You will do no such thing on the front man.
What?
Save it for Thursday night in the Europa League. You are fired.
What? Dickhead.
What does it feel being called Swedish Lamppost by Ronaldo? What? That does it.
How does it feel not qualifying for round of 16 in Champions League?
Thursday nights are coming, Thursday nights are coming, Thursday nights are coming, Thursday nights are coming, Thursday nights are coming.
That is why you are fired from the front man.
Oh, Ed Woodward could learn a lot from you.
Swedish Lamppost.
Hi, Cristiano. Pleased to meet you, Swedish one.
Does it feel not qualifying for round of 16 in Champions League?
Thursday nights are coming, Thursday nights are coming, Thursday nights are coming, Thursday nights are coming, Thursday nights are coming.
That is why you are fired from the front man.
Oh, Ed Woodward could learn a lot from you.
Swedish Lamppost.
Hi, Cristiano. Pleased to meet you, Swedish Lamppost.
I know you call me Swedish Lamppost.
Security! There is another Europa League loser on set. Remove him immediately.
What?
You are fired from the front man.
What? Rest in peace, Cristiano's forearms. Oh, not again. I'm going to meet another donor.
I have a donor for you.
Really?
Yeah, Maradona. Oh, too soon, too soon.
The front man! Season 2 will return after Christmas.
Let us
know in the comments who you want to join us in 2021. And we will not be selecting any Eurocolli losers. To all the frontmen, how does it feel to know that John Terry is sleeping with your wax? What? No! Don't going to kill my people! No! And this world donation was a one-up. Footballers attempt to shoot like Team Inferno, starring the Frontman! Oh, football points again! Starring
Hey Dad, check it out. I've been learning with Simply Guitar.
Yeah, as of now, I'm just filling in the remaining of this dirt hole, and from the remaining blocks I will expand out, and then hopefully soon I can expand all the way over there, and back to my house. Or hopefully I can get to my house first. But by the next things, we might not even have any spare blocks. No, we will have some spare blocks, but not as many as I wanted. What, 5 spare blocks? This is why we're going to do that, and then we're going to just collect a corner piece. So yeah, this is all the progress that we have now. We'll place our oak sapling there, and oak sapling there. We'll throw an oak sapling there, and we'll throw an oak sapling there. And now look, we've pretty much got... Oh, no, we have way more spare dirt. Another 30 to be precise. Also, I'm gonna end the stream here, guys. I'm just gonna finish this off camera, do some other things, and I'll hopefully be back for day 5th. No, day. Wait. I'm gonna do this till like day 7. I'll hopefully be back by day number 5. Well, no. I'll hopefully be back by day number 8 or 12.